I think for the board, the biggest risk was for continuity. I think even it goes on today. I think there were a lot of industries which have actually not been able to start, or they are just about, able to start. Imagine the travel tourism industry, imagine the movie, the entertainment industry, these kind of industries. So overnight, with a very robust business model, with good talents in place, good business model in place, good forecast in place, right? Overnight, they just got into a pause mode, and that pause mode went on and on and on and on and on, because they were non-essential in nature. So they suffered. So for the boards, the biggest challenge was how to maintain the solvency of the company, solvency of the organization. How do we make sure that the staff is retained, they get their salaries, they are medically supported. How does the company do that without even earning? Right. So that was the biggest challenge. Okay. Another biggest challenge which was thrown to all the organizations was that we started working from home. Suddenly, overnight, a lot of companies became, or rather, you can say, forced to become highly digital savvy company. So suddenly, you opened up, you gave away, lots of laptop and home access. And the data has to go, hard copies have to go out of office to other places and all. So how do we actually maintain this data integrity? And how do you maintain the flow of business? Because a lot of physical signatures are still required, and the business model may not need you to be fully digitized, unlike, say, an industry like IT, telecom, who were or financial services. Like today, if you want a manual life insurance, like I have a life insurance policy which is written by hand, but there are no life insurance policy which are written by hand anymore, right? Why? Because you just cannot do it offline. You cannot open a bank account offline. You cannot do a securities transactions offline. You cannot make a call without a SIM. So a lot of such industries have already moved into a highly technological platform. So where working from any location or doing coding from any locations is not an issue. But for an organization like us, it was a huge challenge. But again, thanks to the efforts of each of these companies and the directions from the board, disproportionate investments were made overnight to enable the departments, the staff to actually stay connected from home, work from home, deliver things from home. A lot of, you can say, work and adjustment in the back end needs to be done with the entire banking fraternity, entire investor fraternity, as to how we can do that. So I think for the boards, the biggest challenge was how to keep the business model running, where every second day was a challenge. Every day was a new set of challenge. What will come out? What the pandemic will go? What will be released? What will be stopped? Nobody knows. So this was a big challenge for the board. So they need to meet very frequently, because see, at that point of time, none of their responsibilities were getting diluted. So nobody said that under the pandemic, if you don't deposit taxes, there is no penalty. So every such other compliance was going on. You need to pay the salaries, cut the taxes, deposit it. Okay. And nobody knew what was going to happen and what was not going to happen. So for the board as a cockpit, their biggest challenge was to keep the organization floating and to make sure that, after this pandemic, once the organization comes out of the cave, it comes out as a more resilient and a more matured organization, rather than a completely fragmented, destroyed, unit wherein your fantastic business model has been completely, destroyed, and you come out demoralized and demotivated, right? So regular communication with the employees was very important, which most of the boards they did. They assured the employees that whatever action we are going to take, they took a lot of compensation cuts